thrown on the pitch. Early concern for Dave Carton. The side did not start sharply by any means, and now forced to dig out of an early deficit. It is a match trend that has reared its unfortunate head a number of times since their last official on-pitch league victory, I should say, against Ford Madison. Conceding first in that match and coming from behind to win. Since then, they've fallen behind early against the likes of Greenville, Knoxville, and many others. Snap seems somewhat content to try to walk this off. On the other side of things, Scott McKenzie's side doesn't find themselves behind very often, and tonight no different. He's spoken about how proud he is of the character of his group, buying into the collective mentality of this side. It is collective over individual when it comes to mindset for this group. He has gotten his players to all buy into that collective mentality. We've seen the results on the pitch already. It is Guzin and Okiyoshi that stand over this. Guzin pings it in towards Pierre, just overcooks it into the gloves of Jason Smith. His first involvement of the night, the Syracuse University product. Here's Mercer's first touch, an accomplished goal scorer last year at Western Michigan. So he's just been worked back into the fold the last month and a half or so. Missed the early portions of the season with injury. Okiyoshi. This is Rashid Teta, the former longtime USL championship man. Powder. Really flicked it into the path of Obregon. Now Drac snatching it back. Still loose. And it takes a fortuitous hop back to Smith. Well, that is what he can provide. Former Charleston man joining Westchester in early May and has hardly forfeited that left wing back, left back role since. Did miss the Knoxville match with a last second illness, but back to 100% once again, says Dave Carton. Provides that dimension of attacking ingenuity on the left flank that many others don't. Early change already being prepared for Chattanooga, and it appears that Michael Knapp could not walk off that earlier knock. It's replaced by Wine and Wessels, the Gardner-Webb product. And a like-for-like change in the center of the park. That substitution is presented by Benjamin Steakhouse, always a prime choice. So unfortunate break for Knapp. Took the brunt of that contact, the studs to his shin. And replaced by Wine and Wessels, who enjoyed a run in the 11 around late spring, early summer. Drac. Still space. He does keep this in play. Just can't thread it back to Obregon, though. Well, now you see a degree of directness from Westchester. And Dave Carton mentioned that against Chattanooga, you almost have to play with a pace that they can't match, because otherwise you will be forced to break down a team in tight spaces. And that hasn't necessarily been the strength of Westchester this year. He feels that if they can knock passes about quickly and drag players out of position, maybe even switch the play and stretch the defense, that will be their best chance to truly unlock Chattanooga. And they do that here. Guzin dinking it to Sadie. Really sat up nicely for him. Ultimately, the final parting gift for Prince Sadie is what draws a referee's ire. Well, fans, catch every heart-pounding moment at Westchester's home stadium at Memorial Field in Mount Vernon. 2025 season tickets are on sale now, offering flexible payment plans, priority access, discounts, invites to exclusive events, and much more. Don't miss out on an unforgettable season of fun, friends, community, and soccer. Visit westchestersc.com to become a 2025 season ticket member today. Well, if you are just joining us, we welcome you into the stadium at Memorial Field. The 914th Infantry still at full force, but another rough start for Westchester. Falling behind after Willefe's 6-minute opener, his first goal in over 1,800 days. And now he wins this back here. 1,791 days, I should say, to be precise. The last time between now and when Willefe last scored. There's a Chattanooga man down on the edge of the area. This an inviting spot for the Red Wolves. This is well within Omar Hernandez territory. Someone who's struck with a multitude of screamers from long range, although it may not favor the left boot. He did, of course, score that lovely goal against Spokane Velocity in the last league match. Hernandez does take. It's rather routine for Dane Jackman in the end. Payne. Sadie. Options again for Westchester. Obergon has been the point of difference all season for the Golden Apple. Okiyoshi. Maybe that's where Dave Carton expects a progressive pass, although not many options around. There is a progressive ball. Payne curling it to the back stick. It's all the way through to Drac. A loose pass towards Bobby Pierre. Maybe numbers the other way. Hernandez just runs out of space on that far touchline. Fans, the USL and the CBS Sports Network kicks off in August with a League One Battle of the South. Newcomer FC Naples takes on South Georgia Tormenta FC Wednesday, August 6th at 8 p.m. Eastern on the CBS Sports Network. Guzin curling inside on his left. He was not far off there. Decent chance here for Dean Guzin. Squirts it onto his favored left foot and just puts his laces through this, and it nearly dips into that top left corner. Someone who has not produced much final third product in terms of goal scoring. In fact, has yet to score in USL League One play. But that is another instance in which he's come so very close. He's not shy about uncorking from afar. Willefe come back to the earlier advantage. Guzin's quality is evident every time he's on the ball. Someone who joined from the Polish second tier this offseason. You see here, not his finest time challenge by any means. Chattanooga players were maybe hoping they'd let play continue on, because Willefe had something in mind there. Hernandez. Oh, driving effort. It is loose. The offside flag was raised in the end. It appeared to go against Grayson Mercer. Another eyebrow-raising moment, and well, maybe a billboard will need reconstructing come full time. Well, it appeared to be more of a happy accident. Declan Waters was the man through on goal. And then at the end of that interchange, the substitute Wine and Wessels puts a boot through each intervention doing the job. Those are the moments where Dave Carton feels they can unlock this obdurate Chattanooga Red Wolves defense. And they nearly did it in one fell swoop. Stephen Payne was maybe one touch away from being through on goal. Just about midway through this first half, still a 1-0 advantage for Chattanooga Red Wolves, courtesy of Walefi's 6-minute tally from about 25 yards out. Came after a punch from Dane Jackaman that landed quite nicely into the path of Walefi. That is the difference maker thus far. It's been rather one-way traffic since. Westchester trying to find inventive ways to unlock this very, very strong Chattanooga back line. Chattanooga has afforded Westchester a few opportunities to legitimately test Jason Smith just yet. Palma is looking for Sadie. Drag. He and Stephen Payne providing the width required. Nearly got the return ball there. Hernandez. Snatched right back by Dean Guzin. Obregon giving chase. A lovely ball from Okiyoshi this. Just shrugged off it by Waters. When I spoke to Scott McKenzie this week, he was big on the word character of his group, and he used it in reference to the 1-0 victory over One Knox after they rotated their squad heavily for a Jägermeister Cup finale in which they were effectively playing for nothing in terms of knockout stage aspirations. He said despite rotating the team, bringing in a number of players that had barely gotten any minutes since April, they were still able to earn a hard-fought victory. Only 27% of the ball in that fixture, by the way. And it's been something that's been evident all season. Have flashed resilience when it's required, but many respects have weathered storms and not broken defensively. And after the fact have snatched opportunistic finishes to get results. Dave Carton saying this is still a team that plays to win. Make no mistake about it. They're not a team that is going in just to park the bus and lock up shop. They are very strategic in the way they play. Payne taken off it by what appears to be Wine and Wessels. Mercer loses out. Guzin. Bright opening half hour for him thus far. Obregon. Plenty of space now. Gets it back on the edge of the area. And the referee will come back to this earlier coming together. Perhaps appeals for the yellow card to be brandished as well. Either way, this is a very, very appetizing set-piece position, and it all comes off of Obregon's excellent interchange. Noah Powder, the clever back heel. And it is just a late challenge. No malice in it, but certainly a foul that. There are no lack of options Westchester can go with from this distance. Now Obregon and Drax seem to be the two immediately tipped for this. Guzen's not far from the group of Westchester players, though. Five-man wall for Chattanooga. Obregon takes. It's right into the wall. Falls for Sadie, who couldn't get his boots on it. Only as far as Palma. From that range, it is always tough to get it back up and down. Ultimately comes to nothing. Fans, don't miss your chance to be part of history with Westchester's first professional soccer club. Season tickets start at just $18 per game, bringing you world-class action at an unbeatable value. Visit westchestersc.com to learn more and lock in your seat for the 2025 season. 2025 Westchester SC season tickets are on sale now. Half hour gone from Mount Vernon, New York, and the stadium at Memorial Field, a historic venue in Westchester County. It is a 1-0 advantage to Chattanooga Red Wolves, with Leffy striking in the 6th minute to make the difference. Since then, one-way traffic with Westchester bossing the ball. A few half chances, but nothing that has truly troubled Jason Smith between the sticks just yet. We mentioned when Chattanooga scored, this plays into their hands. A side that now has the advantage and can organize themselves rather well defensively for the remaining hour or so. As far as Westchester goes, it's been an interesting run, as this is an error from Smith, and he manages to save it from clearing the line. Now Sadie, Smith does rather decently in the end, but that could have been catastrophic. Very fortunate that this doesn't travel quicker over the turf. Smith just lets this roll right through his legs. He's just quick enough to catch up with it. Does well to close down the angle on Sadie as well, but not all crisis of his own making. Westchester's first corner of the night. Guzen hooking it in. Toward the back post. Falls. Teta shoved in the back. Payne. Didn't matter anyway. Referee calls the transgression against Westchester. Heavy contact here. Teta does go over the back of Declan Waters, and I think that's what ultimately draws the referee's attention. Payne's effort that hit the post ultimately doesn't matter. It's a moot point. Well, I tell you what, if you're Jason Smith, maybe you think that you're playing on turf right now, because on a grass pitch where the ball travels quicker, maybe, just maybe, that has the pace to go in before he can catch up with it. Either way, very fortunate that that didn't amount to more. was able to stabilize things at the end of the campaign, but came a bit too little too late. Now Mercer working through to the oncoming Walefi, and Teta breaks it up. And then last season, we've spoken about Scott McKenzie trying to tweak his style to accommodate the attack-minded personnel he had in his squad. And ultimately, it didn't quite pan out, as you see it's coming together between Pierre and Omar Hernandez.